today you are either in the group that planted and mulched already, or you're in my group.
Yep,
you're wondering, what am I going to plant? Memorial Day weekend is, of course, a great weekend to get that done, and the weather, I think, is supposed to cooperate.
I agree. It's not too late. The plant doctor, Melinda Myers, is here with tips and advice for doing it right. Good to see you, Melinda.
Great to be here, and we are not too late. Procrastination paid off this year. It has been so changeable. Cold, hot, lots of rain. The weeds are doing great. The grass is growing. So if you haven't planted, this is the weekend to get started.
Okay. Yeah, it's weird. You go one day and not exaggerating, the heat and then the air conditioning
changes. Yes.
It's so weird.
It is.
So in terms of planting, what is good now where the weather's still maybe a little bit up and down, back and forth?
You know, things that'll take it cool. So if you haven't put your cabbage in and your Brussels sprouts, your leaf lettuce, get it in right away, because as the weather gets warm, plant your bean and corn seeds. It's great. Trees and shrubs. And so I brought along a couple examples because one of the things is, what is a good buy? What should I buy? Will it go? And tags are your best bet. So usually on one side, exactly. Here it tells you, shows you the size of the plant. It's going to be about 4 feet tall and wide. It likes full sun. And then on the back, you've got more details. Hardiness zone, make sure it's hardy for our area, make sure it tolerates the moisture conditions in your garden or the maintenance you're willing to do.
How do you know if your soil is right, or what do you do with your soil?
Good question. So a lot of people in southeast Wisconsin have heavy clay soil. If you take a handful and you squeeze it, you can almost rub it through your fingers like clay. Some have rocky, sandy soil. The answer is the same, compost. So adding compost, whether you make it yourself or you buy some at the garden center, adding a couple of inches into the top 6 to, if you can, 12 inches of soil where those plant roots are going to grow, is going to be great for your flowers and your annual and perennial flowers and vegetables. For trees, dig a hole, roughen the sides, let it grow in the existing soil, because you can't amend that whole area where the roots are going to grow.
So you have to till it down, you can't just put it on top?
Exactly. If your soil is lousy, you want to just work it in. If you've got an existing garden, take an auger bit, drill some holes, put that compost in, top dress. But for a new garden,
you got an auger bit?
Yeah, you know me. I'm auger bitting every day.
You said till it down or whatever.
And you're like,
I'm auger bitting it.
Yes,
that's what I'm doing.
to be an expert.
Exactly.
Okay, so what else in terms of, you talked about proper soil preparation, in terms of care tips and once it's planted?
Right. One of the other things, I'm a low maintenance gardener, so I use a slow release product, Milorganite. It's a low nitrogen slow release, so it's available for 6 to 8 weeks. So I work it in when I plant my annuals, vegetable flowers, and even perennials, and then I don't have to fertilize again possibly till midsummer. And if your soil's in good shape, maybe through the whole season. So one application versus mixing and every couple of weeks. Then you want to do some good watering. So new plantings, you need to keep that root area moist. So check them every couple of days, but eventually a good soaking once a week in clay soil, maybe twice a week in sandy soil, because you want to encourage good deep roots. I brought along some evergreen needles. Sorry to reach in front of you.
That's okay.
And somebody was raking them out and throwing them away. I'm like, I'll take them for my garden. They don't make the soil too acidic. So shredded leaves, evergreen needles, a thin layer on the surface, suppress weeds, less weeding, conserves moisture, less moisture, and as they break down, they improve the soil. So you get a lot of benefit from that one activity.
I didn't know that one. Did you?
No.
Okay. I like that one. What are your favorite combos in terms of containers?
I brought a few pictures along so you can see some finished products. This This is a self-watering pot. So you fill up the reservoir. The tall plant is papyrus. Pretty much Picasso is the petunia cascading, and the chartreuse foliage is golden moneywort.
Wait, so you put water in the pot and it just keeps...
And then you just keep filling it. So you can either water from the top or water in the bottom in the reservoir. This is a great example of a shade garden. Dawn, who works with me, put this together. Couple things. You've got coleus. They are shade and sun-loving coleus. That's the bright red. The lighter green to the right is a caladium, started from a little corm. The shiny silvery foliage on the far left is dead nettle or lamium. But what I wanted to point out, she put these in a pot in the area under her tree, so she didn't have to disturb the tree roots.
I see.
Added vertical interest.
Oh, that's pretty.
This is one of my favorites. So it's Swiss chard in the middle, so it's edible. You're right. The lettuce is the red, and the pansies are the yellow. So it's a great pot you can take to a party and have people self-serve. This is my dish to share.
I like that. Oh, yes!
That's cute.
I want these.
Succulent. This was at Lark's Garden, who opened up her house to us, and what a great way to save a memory. So it's all about the container.
That's cute.
Super cool. And they need like a real rocky soil.
Right, and so good drainage. And then my friend Jerry piled up his pots or set them on top of each other and planted these succulents to give good vertical interest.
Cool. Okay, we're running out of time, so just really quick, anything else you want to say? Because you got a lot of stuff going on, some free seminars.
You bet. I'm going to be at Ebert's this afternoon, so come join me. We're going to talk about perennials, and then I've got another appearance on June 2nd. Check my website. So I'm meeting lots of fun gardeners. There's still lots of plants available. I'll help you pick them out if you need some guidance or just push the cart occasionally.
Yes, when you can get Melinda's ear, you want to use it, right?
Check you out in that picture.
I know.
Gardening
The
seminars.
hopeless romantic.
Eating a rose at Ebert's Greenhouse Village. That's right. There's going to be free seminars there. So melindamyers.com to see all her upcoming appearances so you can find her and ask her questions, corner her, and get everything you ever needed to know.
Great to see you.
Great to see you. Well, think of you as I'm planting in the garden.
I like it. That's cute. Thanks again.